Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And don't forget, you can go to BTC Fiber YouTube page. Be sure to click on there, give us a like, right, Papa?
And
give
subscribe.
us a thumbs up and subscribe. Yes, be sure to subscribe on the BTC Fiber YouTube page. And on this edition of the Albert Billy Show, we have representatives from Paws and Claws, which is an organization that has been around for a while, but I think it's a great thing that's pretty much a new people are running it now, and I think that desperately needed to happen. So hopefully, sounds like y'all are getting it on the right track.
We are trying.
Yes. So we have Debbie and Amy here with us, and we'll be interviewing them, of course, about Paws and Claws here in just a few minutes. But first, so welcome to the show, ladies. Nice to have you. They're going to be helping me with trivia too, Papa. I'm looking forward to that. Nice to have some help. Yeah, you know it. I just sprung it on them, didn't I? We do have a few announcements first, though, and we'll start that one next week, Papa. We got a lot of fall stuff coming up. I'm telling you, a lot.
I'll be glad when fall gets here.
Me too. I'm over the heat and the pollen.
I've already seen the leaves start changing.
Have you really?
I have. I saw a red leaf.
Did you?
Whoa.
I'm glad to hear that.
I
think we got a few yellow ones and red ones up on the mountain, maybe.
I hope so. The pollen has about killed me this year. I mean, it's the only thing I'm allergic to.
Good thing you're not allergic to cats.
No.
We've got a couple in the studio here.
I know. And of course, this year pollen's been at record highs.
Good have.
So it's really messed with me this year bad. My nose, throat, and head. I don't have to watch the pollen report to know if it's high. I can done tell you. I already know, you know. But anyway, we do have a few announcements, of course, before we get to that, folks. This weekend, two big things happening tonight, actually. Now, here on WUAT Radio, you can listen live tonight as the Blitzville County Warrior football season kicks off with a jamboree. So that means they'll play 2 quarters. And I want to say Sequatchie. I'll have to make sure. I can't remember exactly who they're playing. Is that who it is?
Grundy.
Well, I think we'll do good. I mean, I hope so. They had a great year. They had, one of the best years ever last year. Blitzville County did in history, in school history. So got a lot of those players back. So anytime that happens, that's a good thing. Now this be just as good with a little bit more experience, Papa. But anyway, that is tonight, folks. You can listen to it.
6 o'clock.
Yes. And you can listen live right here on WUAT, starting at 6 o'clock for the jamboree. And then the first regular season game kicks off next week. And trying to read this. Sounds like Lowe's Gap, I think is what that says.
Yeah, it does.
That's what it says.
Lowe's Gap will be closed Monday through Thursday, I want to say, of next week. And that's about all it says. I guess
I think it's closed right now. It was yesterday.
I went down there yesterday.
Really?
I think before yesterday, and it was open.
But now this is by order of whom?
Robbie Robertson.
Robbie
Oh,
Robertson.
the road supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
They need to close it for like a year, dynamite it out, and put a super highway through there.
Yeah.
So people have
That'll
no
be
recourse other
That'll
than
be
going
the day.
across the
Yeah,
mountain and hitting 30
Yeah, yeah.
or go to Spring City.
No,
They can't come
man.
down or go up Lowe's Gap.
What I heard is
I
they're
don't want to
gonna
go up Lowe's Gap even when it is.
clean it up some more and do some stuff. They spent a lot of money on it
It's
the
looking
last
better.
few
Is it?
years. Yeah.
Well, it
putting
needs to
culverts
be
in.
widened though.
Yeah, they would say.
Starts out, I don't know how you can
And
widen
you
it.
can't widen.
Yeah, there's nowhere to widen.
Maybe you could
Cars
make
and
cars
motors.
Well, I'm being
narrower.
sarcastic, but I mean, it sure could use it though.
It sure could.
I just vote don't go up that mountain. That's just my advice.
I go down it every Sunday to come to the radio station, and then I don't
Well-
usually ever go up it. I just don't. Ever,
I don't
ever,
blame
ever,
you,
Ever
and-
go up it much.
What's
prob-
the difference?
Early in the morning, I'm coming here before daylight, and there's not
That is-
anybody out too much. And if
Okay.
there is, I can see them, coming. But going
That's
up,
right.
you got to really kind of have a head of steam. You can't like stop, especially in the 4-wheel drive truck. I have no problem, but in the little car, I do. It just doesn't have any traction to get going again.
That's all it is, and
And you never know when a tractor trailer is going to be stuck on
No.
a lot.
Whenever they get on it.
lot.
it. Every time they get on it, yeah.
I know. Makes you feel bad for them. I don't think I got really bad advice from somebody.
GPS, I mean,
You know,
GPS, the
they
little
follow
GPS lady.
that.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's
she's a liar. Let me tell you right now.
She
She's
is.
The
You can't
signage
go up
is
and down
better.
that road
She's
in a
missed-
truck.
Exactly. So, but this one is like I said, Robbie Robertson with the highway department. He's a road supervisor. He's saying that Lowe's Gap will be closed this upcoming Monday until 5 p.m. on Thursday. So that's just an important reminder
That
right
is,
there.
big deal.
Lowe's Gap Road is closed right now, and it needs the repair work, so that's a good thing. And let's see. No, we can hold off on that one. Got some big country breakfast to talk about, Papa.
I know.
I know you've got one. This one is for the Veterans Club. It's tomorrow from 7 until 10, or until out of food and everything, which is very, very possible, because it's a really good breakfast. And once again, that gets kicked off at 7:30 a.m. Tomorrow, right? Because it's the 14th. Good deal. So I know that one's going on, and then I know you've got a breakfast to talk about. That is next week. And I'm just making sure, Papa, I got everything.
9 Mile.
Yeah, I was talking about. No, I was trying to think. Trying to read that too.
Sorry.
It's okay, but yeah, the 9 Mile Bluegrass Festival kicks off tonight too. Correct.
Right.
And this one's
Tonight,
at the
tomorrow
Edmonds tonight and tomorrow night. And this one's at the Edmonds Barn. Correct.
It is, yeah. It's $5 a person to get in. Go hungry. Go up there hungry. They got great
Yes.
food, and it's nice and clean.
That's the
And
truth.
they take good care of you.
Yeah, if you're not.
Money well spent.
Money well spent. You'll be full. You'll be
That's
full
right.
of the great
Well, and
food.
then to get the music too.
Yeah.
True.
Good music.
Yeah.
I always
That
like
is-
Saturdays better, but
Yeah.
Friday night's good too.
I'm with you on that. Well, Papa, you've got a couple of announcements for us, so let's hear yours.
The bargain basement down at the Pikeville United Methodist Church, it's too late to get there today, but you, on the first and third Saturday, this is not the,
Oh yeah.
that was last week.
This last week, yeah.
That was-
Yeah, but it's kind of like a reminder
Okay.
because they do it pretty regularly.
The third Saturday, the third Friday, you may go there and do some early Christmas shopping for your loved one
There
or
you go.
for your enemy. It'd be nice to buy a gift for your enemy. It would. Let me tell you, it would fool them.
Ew.
They're open from 9 to 1, and if you would like, you think that's funny?
And we
there?
shot my enemies.
You don't have any, Amy.
Oh, yes, I do.
You
Two
may,
cats in a cage right here. There's one of our enemies.
here's the clincher. you may make donations to the United Methodist Church for them to have in the bargain basement to sell, and it will help the ministry effort of the church. The person you are to contact is Linda Hunter. She is a beautiful person, wonderful person.
She's one of my neighbors.
Would you like, you know Don too
Yes.
then? Don is a mighty fine man. The number to call if you want to get in touch with them concerning a donation is 883-7610. 883-7610.
All right.
Also, we do have a breakfast coming up. No, it'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, this is a good one, folks.
2 weeks from tomorrow. It's out at the Fall Creek Falls, and it would be worth it just to drive out there. Amy says she's already seen one colored leaf, so in 2
She
weeks.
did say that. That's true.
In 2 weeks, we may see a few more. Fall is not in the air yet. 93 when I mowed the
it's
yard
not.
yesterday.
Papa.
But the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department breakfast will be on the 28th, and it will be from 7 o'clock in the morning until 10. I would encourage you to go and eat the whole 3 hours.
That's
But
what we
here's
do.
what is on the menu. Biscuits and gravy. No breakfast would be complete without biscuits and gravy. They will have scrambled eggs. They will also have pancakes. This is very unusual. I don't know of any other breakfast served anywhere in this valley that furnishes pancakes. And I'm sure you will have some pancakes served with that. They have hash brown potatoes. They also, in the meat line, they'll offer you bacon or sausage, country ham or fried bologna, 4 choices.
That's good.
Then they will have fruit and orange juice and coffee and milk for your beverage. The cost, $7. Children under 12, under 10, you don't
Free.
have to pay. You get to eat all you want.
That's
28th,
Can't
28th.
beat that.
Don't forget that. Highway 30, Fall Creek Falls Fire Department.
All right.
That's all I have.
Well, I was being nice to you today then for some reason. Just give you one question and answer? That's not fair.
You respect your elders.
I guess so. Well, how did I do? Also, are you ready to do the trivia? I guess what I'm saying.
I would like to
How did
get
I
it.
do last week? Is what I was meaning to
You
say. I done good,
You
didn't I?
did well. You
I
don't need.
thought so.
You don't need Amy and Debbie, really.
I don't know
Last
about
I'm not sure
that.
how much
Last
help Amy
week.
and Debbie
Nor
are.
This week-
Daryl. Nor Daryl.
I don't know.
The answer to this one, the first question is the first character I ever drew. This is the answer. So if you remember the first character I ever drew. Bugs
I know.
Bunny, and who goes with Bugs Bunny?
Donald Duck.
Who hunts Bugs Bunny?
Oh,
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer
Elmer
Fudd.
Fudd. That's the first drawing I ever attempted.
Way to go, Debbie.
Yeah, good
1 to
job.
nothing. 1 to nothing.
I needed
We're
a hint.
on the same team, Papa. They're my lifelines.
Okay. Give me a fawn's parent. The male. The male parent.
Buck.
A buck. Or,
Oh,
there's another word.
there is.
For the male deer, he can be called, he can be a
Stud.
stag.
Stag. Oh,
Oh.
stag, yes.
In horses.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
These are tough.
This is a character from Filmdom. His first
Filmdom.
name is Brad. What's his last name?
Pitt.
Pitt. Oh,
3 for 3.
you said.
Girl team.
I'm not good at playing pool. It's also called billiards. But
Right.
what is the black ball called?
8-ball.
It's
Right.
called the 8-ball, but well, that's all the answer I need. The 8-ball. You play pool?
A little bit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would play more, but the people that invite me, they don't like for me to make digs in their table.
We use our pool table for a supper table. you know, like a Beverly Hillbillies did.
Okay.
In the billiard
In
room.
the billiard room.
That's what they call it, the billiard table.
Billiard.
I needed a light bulb replaced in my kitchen, and your mother, my daughter, replaced it for me. What type of ladder do you use around the house to do odd jobs?
Step stool.
Step ladder. Step
Ladder.
ladder. Now, let me tell you, Davey, I'm not going to get on a stool. I have to have a ladder. Then I can't go up past the second step. You've never been 86 yet. Give me, now this, you should think of this. Give me the colors on the lid, on the cap of a Pepsi bottle.
Red, blue, and white.
Red, white, and blue.
Oh,
Red, white, and blue.
I
How many cats does it take to change a light bulb? No. We got cats in the studio, by the way.
We're going to introduce the kittens to
Yeah, we
everybody
are.
too.
I used to deliver groceries back in the 50s, and I remember taking groceries to a widow's house one day, and I put them on her table, and she said, "After a while you're here," said, "I've got something I'd like to ask you to do." And I said, "Well, what is it, Mrs. Boyd?" She said, "I have a light bulb out in my bedroom. Would you change it for me?"
Oh my God.
So I got up on the step ladder.
Did you get a tip?
The second step.
The decimal base is what number?
As much as you can handle.
Decimals.
There's no lifelines to know.
10.
10.
Yeah.
10. Y'all
Good
haven't missed
job.
yet. Y'all haven't missed yet. This is the last question.
Uh-oh.
A Houston Pro. What's he called? Houston.
We talking basketball
Football.
or college or pro?
Pro.
This
The-
leaves
Houston
me
Pro.
out.
Okay, the Titans. They used to be the Tennessee Titans, didn't they?
But what were they in when they were in Houston?
Houston Oilers.
Yes,
That was-
they were.
Well, okay, you're right.
That's,
That's the first mistake I ever
By
made.
default.
Pro baseball.
you're,
Houston Rockets?
Astros.
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 That's all I have in trivia.
Okay, I thought that, well, never mind. We did good in trivia. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the girls really did good.
They did, Daryl. You ladies
Now,
did it.
these questions are just what hits my mind.
That's true.
That's scary.
That too. Very scary. Very scary.
Sometimes
Those
they
are
can-
pretty easy, though. Sometimes they're really hard.
They are.
I don't decipher.
Hard or easy.
Well, all right. So that was it for trivia. But yeah, once again though, you ladies did great. Y'all are really good lifelines. So coming up after the commercial break, we'll be talking to the ladies from Paws and Claws, and they're going to tell you about some changes within the group and kind of explain everything about Paws and Claws to you guys. I'm sure Papa will have.
It will be enlightening.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so too. I think so too. So they're going to tell you all about that, about how it works and everything. That's all coming up next, right after the commercial break. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, doggone, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay this late for error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. And like we said at the top of the hour, we have a special guest here, Amy and Debbie with Paws and Claws. Yeah, Debbie's the one I've been talking to, getting this interview together. And we're going to start promoting them. Like I said earlier, y'all, it's basically been took over by new people, in a sense, besides you.
In a sense, yes. They started in '09 trying to get they wanted an animal shelter.
But it never happened.
Never happened because this area is just not feasible for an animal shelter.
Well, no, that's true. You have a good point there.
And after 10 years of trying and getting money and stuff, people were wondering, where's all this money going? You know, what are we doing? We see animals all over the street. So last year, we got a new group of members and stuff, and we changed leadership, and we changed our focus. Instead of an animal shelter, we're promoting spay and neuter, and we're trying to get foster homes so that when we do have a stray animal, we can foster it and adopt it out.
Well, I think you made the right decision there. I think you can get a whole lot more accomplished that way.
What is your success rate of getting them placed somewhere?
Well, last year alone, between March and December, we had 72 dogs and puppies, and we worked through ETAA and Safe Haven and was able to adopt them all out because we don't have long-term placement. We don't have a facility or anything.
Right.
So we've got to be able to move them.
And most animals are moved out of the area they go up north.
Yes.
There's a shortage of animals up north.
I thought that
In
was
abundance.
very interesting. I was told that once
They
before.
have laws up there that you have to neuter, so.
Well, and then there's streets up there, not wide open spaces.
Correct.
Well, that's true. Well, a lot of them, and maybe there should be laws. I mean, I don't know. It does get out of hand, don't it?
Yes,
I think we have the laws, we just don't have nobody to enforce them. Isn't that true?
True.
Yeah, because we don't have the, like you were saying, the facility to place these animals here in Bledsoe County. And I mean, it is a problem. Not having that facility is important because it kind of ties their hands. The law, like
It does.
they don't know where to take them, and I've literally seen that happen. You know what I'm saying? So there's only so much you can do on that. You will have a better success rate, I think, by rehoming them.
Yeah, and this year, again, we've had, I think, about almost 30 that and our foster homes, like I say, we're limited. We're trying to get more, but we can only do so much what we've got the foster families for.
True.
So that's what we're working on right now.
Well, how long do most people, these foster families, keep the little cuties like you see here? What's her name?
This is Stella.
Stella. And Stella is loving that. She's purring.
She is. Now, we have to get them spay and neutered before they're adopted out.
That's
So
good.
a lot of the vets are really backed up. It was taking us maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They're starting to open up a little bit more.
Good.
But by the time you get them vetted and get their shots and And if they've got any kind of tick disease like Lyme or Ehrlichia, then they have to be treated for 30 days before we can send them out. So, so sometimes we were thinking 3 to 4 weeks, but now sometimes it might be six weeks or so.
And once they get fostered, though, I guess it can vary. Some families may want to keep them longer, I guess, right?
As far as foster
Yeah.
are you talking foster failures where they keep them permanently?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have that too, I'm sure.
Where
they adopt them, I guess.
Foster failures.
I like how you put that.
It's very hard to take them to transport. Everyone, I mean, you just love every one of them, and it's like putting your kid on a bus and never to see him again.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have many to where you foster out and people adopt them and then they end up back in the system?
We haven't. And now there might. I don't really hear too much about that.
Good.
As far as if they've actually adopted them out.
That's real good.
Because usually if they fostered them and they adopt them, they really want them.
That's true.
Any child that has ever been adopted, I try to tell them, you're loved.
Yeah,
You're wanted.
They didn't get to pick you out. They got who they.
Oh yeah, that's true. And of course, once they adopt, they're yours. You know. Same with these.
What is the caseload, say, in an average month?
Oh, that's
as
a good
far
question.
How
many animals will you pick up on the average?
I would say both. Yeah. Dogs and cats.
Well, I don't know if we have. Yeah, I don't know if we actually have.
I'm talking about that you see in the streets of Pikeville and Bledsoe County that you actually are part of the process of getting them off the street.
Oh.
Well, like I say, last year we did 72.
Wow.
Because we only had about 2 or 3 foster families at the time.
Yeah.
So
that's still pretty good.
Yeah. And some of them come in lumps of puppies, you know, like
you have the
mama and 9 puppies, and then you have just single dogs sometimes. And it's because we don't have a facility, you've got to consider taking in a dog. You don't know its temperament, you know, is it aggressive, or you know, you don't know if it's sick, so you kind of have to keep them away from your animals initially until you can get them to a vet, which sometimes could be sorry,
I didn't think about
up to a week or so, because they've got to have their vaccines, both to prevent that animal from getting something from your dogs and from your dogs getting something maybe from him.
I know.
So what your job is not an easy job.
No,
it's complicated.
And most of them are full of ticks and fleas because they've been out.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got to get their flea and tick and then get the ticks off them. And so you can't be bringing them into your home with, you know, full of fleas.
Then it can only be done one at a time. Or do you put
dipping them?
Well,
they dip them, I guess.
No, there's medication you put on the back for fleas. It's a liquid. And
that's true.
Fleas I can understand.
Yeah.
That's true.
And ticks too.
And ticks. If you put the flea and tick on them, usually by the next day the ticks are starting to die where you can get most of them off. I've got like a tick tornado that kind of goes up under the tick and you kind of twist it.
Oh, really?
I love the story she was telling about. She ended up adopting the Piggly Wiggly dogs.
Yeah.
Could you tell them a little bit about that?
Yes.
You did good.
So we
people were always concerned about those dogs. They
well,
were.
I just thought it was not going to have a good ending if one of those dogs got hurt chasing a car. You were going to have to shoot them because you could not get your hands on them. And so we started feeding them meatballs, and then we started training them to go in a fence. And then we were able to put medication in the meatball, and we were able to get them so that we could get a leash around them and get them spayed and neutered. So,
So you're talking a time process.
Yeah, it took about a year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
They were wild up here for over a year, wasn't they? Up here a long time.
I think 2 years. They started, a lady in Dunlap sent me a picture of them in Dunlap in 2018. And
really?
when the Sonic burned down, somebody dumped them up here.
Really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
So they were in Dunlap.
Yeah.
What kind of
Yeah.
dogs are they?
Me.
Probably a cur mix. Everything up here is a cur mix. Mountain cur.
I'm not.
But we've had several people that have adopted animals up north who do the genealogy testing, and it shows a cur mix.
Have to.
I would have thought they'd have been part pig.
I'll tell you one thing I have deduced from talking to Debbie and to you, you're patient women.
Yes.
You would have to be.
Well, the
This
animals
one,
help
or-
us relax.
My husband would not agree with that, but yeah.
Well, I figured that's where you got your training.
Exactly.
I was gonna show you too.
Yes.
This is our logo,
I like
and
that.
we've got a scrapbook of all the dogs and puppies that we have. I try and
Available,
get pictures. No,
or-
these are all been adopted.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Success stories.
Yeah, and then I've got articles from
That's
the
a
beginning
lot.
to how we've evolved. But yeah, you
No,
know,
I
it's
like
interesting.
that.
He's
That I like
72 an
that.
average year.
Well, we've only been doing this since
This is
last
y'all's-
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, like I said, this year we've done about 30.
I feel
So,
like
and
you-
that's half a year. So,
that's good. That's real good. I feel like y'all have
and not
already
having a-
accomplished more than the previous group.
and our spay and neuter, because now
Mhm.
people can go to our website and apply for a voucher, and we help
That's
them
what we got.
financially.
And it worked.
And last year, between March when we first started, and we were new at this, none of us have ever done, these vouchers or anything. But
Yeah.
from March to December,
It's not easy.
140 people used our voucher. So that
Wow.
helped them
Oh,
get
that's
their
good.
animals spay and neutered. And
And so you didn't have to fool with those animals. You were just helping in assisting
Financially.
For the searching.
yeah,
For the
financially,
searching.
they pay, we
It's a
pay
big
so
help,
much
too.
towards it, but yes, a very big
Because
So
help.
now
they could
I-
take them to any vet they wanted to.
Not any
No,
vet, we've
it's
got
certain ones. Isn't it?
partnerships, yeah, we're trying to get
okay.
more, but,
Mhm.
but so far, like South Ray and Sequatchie Valley and Dunlap is our
Oh,
main one.
Well, that's a good squatch because they used to not be one. They
Right.
used to not be an
South
option.
Ray is where we have
South
went
Ray's
for a
where I
long time,
went.
and our voucher worked there to get our little female dogs.
Yes, I had to
fixed.
get the mama fixed, and
You didn't want
we had to go to South Ray, and then got some of her babies fixed. Once they got old enough, and it was South Ray. But that was when Penny Warren was doing Second Chance, and then she retired out of
Yes.
this. So it's this is really good that you guys are doing this now because there was a void there.
Yeah.
Well, Almost Home is kind of stepped in where Penny.
That's what it
yeah,
seems like,
she's
yeah.
controls the Bledsoe County money for
Right.
that group. Yeah.
Okay.
We do have Planned Parenthood too in Harriman. That's quite a drive, but if people,
Mhm.
live in that part of the, and it's basically, I must add too, we do Bledsoe County.
Mhm.
Because with our finances, and you have to put a limit on, even though we hate to put a limit, but you have to. So
Yeah.
within Bledsoe County, you can get a voucher.
You can't. That's good. That's
So how
good.
could someone adopt Miss
Stella?
Stella.
And
Stella!
what's the-
Stella!
and-
You remember the movie Stella?
Yeah. And what's the little man's
That's
name?
Henry.
Henry.
Henry was found on the streets of Pikeville, and he had a broken leg, but he's doing good
You're
now.
kidding.
Mountaintop
Wow. He's
Veterinary
doing
helped
great.
me out with him. And
Yeah,
then
they're
Miss Stella
both
was born
beautiful.
in a shed, and I got her when she was 2 days. So Henry and Stella belong to Critters. I have my own 501c3, and I help
Oh.
people get their cat populations under control. So
That's great.
I watch on Facebook, somebody saying, these cats are everywhere. And so I private message them and say, hey, I can help you with that. And so I trap and neuter and return them. And so usually January through March, I'm getting cats and neuter. And then March is kitten season, and then the kittens start coming.
Oh,
And
really?
usually kittens go away around November, December, then I start trapping, neutering again.
Okay. Yes.
And I learned something very important from Critters.
Yeah.
I thought you spay a female and you neutered a male. and I could never figure that out. But I learned that neuter includes both of them, because males are actually castrated and females are spayed, but together they're all neutered.
They just call it fixed.
Does that mean that they
Get
are
'em fixed.
neutral?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Neutral sex.
Cannot have any babies
Yeah.
or produce any babies.
Let me say
And
to you, Debbie, and to you, Amy, don't quit.
I know, because, I mean.
This is like my retirement gig because I'm a licensed veterinary technician in the state. And, and so I just saw the need with the cats. Everything's dog, and nothing was being done for the cats, and that's why I kind of stepped in to fill that little void there.
Well, yeah, because you want to help both, and which I've had both, but now I didn't realize somebody forgot to tell me when me and my big heart took this cat in. You know, I didn't know that they got pregnant so much and quickly.
They start at 4 months.
I didn't know that either. I had to learn all this.
And they can get pregnant, I think, when they're still nursing.
Yes,
right?
I saw a cat nursing 2 different litters of kittens.
So, like one cat in a year period of time with their siblings, you're talking about thousands of cats, perhaps, from one cat.
Well, I mean, it gets out of hand. Like I said, I took her in.
We had a cat problem here in Pikeville just a few years ago.
It was
100 of them around here for a long time.
Yeah.
I heard that story.
I mean, it really, really was. I would sit here on Sunday morning and it would be nobody driving back and forth. We'd be doing our radio show, and I would see literally 30 cats. I mean, they would come out of the woodwork, but they're not hearing them more like they. Probably because you got.
Well, they eventually die off. If you neuter everybody in the colony, they will eventually die off.
That's true.
Will dogs kill a kitten?
Yeah, dogs would kill a kitten. It depends on the dog. I take my dogs and I let them in the house where the kittens are, so everybody can get used to.
No, when you raise them together, they
have a spastic dog, so she wouldn't be able to be any close to them or close to a kitten.
When they're raised together, though, it's funny.
That's a crazy dog.
Because when I was younger, I remember we had a dog and a cat, and they were raised up together, and they were best friends. Like, they would sleep together, at night. And I mean, the next day you'd see them just piled up sleeping right beside each other.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing with Paws and Claws, because we really don't have a way to move the cats like we do the dogs.
Right.
And not having a shelter or a facility to house them, we have to more or less say no to really taking in too many cats, because we don't.
Oh, wow.
And Amy, she's kind of our cat person.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly what you're doing, you're just transporting. You take them and you get them spayed or neutered.
Well, Paws and Claws does not transport. Yeah, I transport with critters, but Paws and Claws depends on the owner to take them.
Oh,
well,
yes,
we work with rescues.
Them,
we work with Great Dog Rescue up north. So once we get the dog ready to go, then we partner with them, and then they find the forever home up there.
That's
and
good.
then a lot of times with the puppies, we work through Safe Haven, which they deal with more of the puppies. So yeah, we basically, you might call us a middleman, because we we get them ready, and plus they have to be adoptable. They can't be too old, because our rescues won't take them.
That's true.
But you've got an effort there by not just the two of you. You've got to depend on other people to assist you.
Definitely.
Doctors and nurses, and oh my goodness. Can you tell them how to get a hold of your? I don't mean to jump on you, but I was just thinking that's just promoted.
We've got our website is TN for Tennessee, TN Paws and Claws, and the and is written out, A-N-D. Okay. So it's tnpawsandclaws.com, and that should take you right to our website. And it's still got some old stuff on it, but we're another guy yesterday at our meeting, he's going to try and take it over and get it updated.
That's good.
And then we're on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you can go to the same thing, Tennessee, our TN Paws and Claws, and that should bring you to our page with our logo. If you can't find it that way, look for the dog and cat. And then we do have a message.
Don't you have the
voicemail?
Okay.
And that's just 447-PAWS, 447-7297, and you can leave a message, and you know, that's kind of like you have to remember to.
Are those vouchers for everybody or anybody?
Bledsoe County.
I'll Bledsoe County residents.
Yeah,
I've used it like I said, that Second Chance was doing this.
I remember when you did yours.
Yeah, they helped me.
Just a couple years
It's
ago.
a big financial help. It is.
Sometimes, the state even, like Amy, like Critters got the animal friendly grant. So did Paws and Claws, and sometimes the state may want to have you show that they're low income. We right now don't ask financials. We're trying to promote ourselves and things and try and get the population down. So right now, I mean, if you apply for a voucher, we've been giving it.
That's good. That's a big help. I'm glad y'all do that because, as everybody knows, veterinarians are not cheap.
No.
It is not cheap to get these animals spayed and neutered, but so I think that's great that you guys do that because I know it helped me a time.
I know it helped me.
Yeah,
sure, last year.
And I don't know about this, but let me just put it out there. Our places like South Ray and Sequatchie Valley, if one of those are chosen, the client, which means you, would probably be paying between $45 and $55. So that's just an average, and
it pays like for half.
And it's about a $300 and something surgery.
Versus
though, right?
if you go to a vet on your own, you're going to pay $240 to upward.
$400,
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a huge help.
You're doing a good work.
They are
Definitely.
That's great work.
I would like to say the Critters website is www.critterswithaz.org.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
I like that. And do you have a Facebook page?
I do have a Facebook page, yes.
Okay.
And the phone number is 423-881-3313.
Okay. And what's the number for Paws and Claws? Is there a phone number?
447-7297.
That was Paws.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Now, is your Facebook page the one? There is one. Pets Rehoming. Is that you guys?
No, that's
that's
just
That's a Facebook social media page.
Okay.
Kind of like Bledsoe Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're like a page. I don't understand Facebook, but we're just kind of a page you have to go in and like. Maybe like you guys. Are you guys a page?
Yeah, we have a page.
You go in and like, and you can make comments.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. And find out information and things like that.
You're not going to leave the kittens with us.
No, well, I was thinking about it, but
Stella and Henry, I'm glad I got to meet you.
I know Stella and Henry both are bathing. That's what I like about cats. That's one thing I like about them. They'll bathe, that's for sure.
They're not shy.
No.
and Critters has several kittens available for adoption.
Right.
Yes.
Now Stella and Henry they're not available.
Oh yes.
They're
yes,
available?
Yes.
Oh well. Yeah, Daryl, you need to.
I'm going to swing around and try to get a picture of Stella and
Let's see these
Henry.
two little cuties, because they're very
They're
adoptable.
bathing right now.
Yes.
Excuse them.
They're like, oh, we're on TV. Oh well, we'll keep taking a bath.
kitty, 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 kitty.
No, they're both very friendly and pretty looking and playful.
That's so sad about the little black one having a broken leg.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. you've definitely nursed him back to health well. I'm
He's
assuming
been with me a while.
Yeah, you're gonna get attached to him.
Now,
That'd be the
Stella?
hard part.
No, I can't get attached.
Yeah.
She deals with too many.
Yeah, if you get attached, you can't take more in and help them.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. That's true. But maybe we can find a home for Miss Stella and Mr. Henry. I think you're going to be able to. I really do.
Yep.
Stella is a tabby.
Yeah.
And Henry is a tuxedo.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hey, Stella. Yeah.
And she's sweet.
Yeah. And Henry is loving on her. He's
Henry's the
bathing
best.
her. Yeah.
You're my favorite cat.
I like that.
This certainly has been nice of y'all.
This has.
Well, thank you for
And if
having
you're,
us on.
oh, you're welcome anytime. And if anybody's interested in Stella and Henry, be sure to get on their webpage or call both numbers that were given and take these sweet babies in. They deserve. They're beautiful and they're so playful. Look at them.
And they're very well behaved.
Now they're wore out.
Well behaved.
They deserve.
Yes.
They deserve a good home. They deserve a good home. So I know you're going to find a home for them. So you guys come back anytime and update us, and we'll be glad to have you. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Glad to meet you.
Thank you.
And we'll
Nice meeting you too.
Well, thank you. Yes. And we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have some sports for you. That's coming up next here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, folks. It's time now, Papa. We'll be doing some sports and a little bit of Albertology. Of course, our guest and interview was a part of Albertology today, and then, of course, Papa's got some more, and also his famous jokes. That's all coming up in the next few minutes. First, we would like to thank our sponsors: Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, downtown Pikeville, the offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Thank all you guys. Farm Bureau Insurance, go see Matt Massengale and folks down there at Farm Bureau. They're right by Putnam Reed Funeral Home, be South Pikeville, far South Pikeville, I guess we could say. Yeah. Bible Family Dentistry is the catty corner. They're literally catty cornered from us here, as Papa says. The Loom is our next door neighbor on Cumberland Avenue. Go see Miss Judy Yates. She's, gosh, I don't know how long she's had the Loom, but it's a long time.
She makes those masks.
That's true. Yes, she makes those.
$3.
Oh yeah, and she done well off that also, and she makes actually a lot of things, to be honest, perfectly honest with you, plus flowers.
Yes.
So there is a wide selection at the Loom. And then, of course, Nicaro Antiques, our closest neighbor by far. And if you haven't been in there, you got to check it out, because it's different. You know, I get asked this a lot. It's different booths that are set up, and I mean several. And you can find so many different things, can't you? Wide variety.
20 some odd people, I think.
Yeah, I believe you're right. It's 20 something, different things. So definitely check Nicaro Antiques out if you haven't yet. And the Getting Place, go get you something up there at the Getting Place. Morgan Brothers, which also includes the venue and the Bankwalker Brewery now. Gibbs Pools, State Farm Insurance, and Milldown Outdoor Adventures. That's Timmy and Michelle Campbell. And Daryl's Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase Sunday. So thanks to all of our sponsors. And trying to think about sports. I know the Olympics wrapped up. What else?
Yeah, the Olympics are over.
Mm-hmm.
The Olympics are over.
Well, how did we end up doing on the medal count?
Well, the United States brought home 113 total medals.
That's a lot.
And we lagged behind in the gold count.
Yeah.
Most of the Olympics, but we wound up with more gold than anyone.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
We had, let's see, China had 88 total medals, and we had 113.
Mm-hmm.
We had 39 gold, 41 silver, and 33 bronze.
That's impressive. It really is.
Japan came in 5th
Okay.
with total medals.
The host.
They were the host country. They had our lady basketball team.
Yeah.
Has now won 7 straight golds.
Wow, what a streak.
That is something else.
That is.
And our ladies volleyball team got their first gold.
Really? I didn't know it was the first one.
I got to watch some of it, and it was very competitive.
Obviously, I can't believe it was just the first one. That's amazing.
And our men's basketball team, led by Kevin Durant, won that final game against France, and they won by only 5 points.
Yeah, they really had to earn that gold this time.
In 19 trips, America has brought home gold 16 times.
That is very impressive.
We won the men's golf, and we won the women's golf.
Really? I
Sure
didn't know that.
And one of the gymnasts, Alyon Felix, has made 11 trips to the medal stand, and she has 7 gold to show for it.
Whoa, that's a lot.
She won more medals than any track athlete in United States history.
I was about to ask you if that is some kind of record. I knew that was a lot.
That is, and then our women's polo team won their 3rd gold in a trip, in 3rd in a row.
Oh,
Water polo. Can you believe that?
No, we must be a dynasty there then.
In baseball.
Oh, let's hear about your Dodgers and the Braves.
My Dodgers are in 2nd place still, but they're now 4.5 games out of 1st. I used the word last week, that they're languishing in 2nd place.
You did say that.
Well, I believe now they're tumbling down. They're further behind this week than they were last week. And let me tell you something. The hot days of summer, when they're gone and fall is here, you get the smell of October, and somebody's going to get into the World Series, and it don't look like it's going to be the Dodgers. The Braves, meanwhile, are still in 3rd place, but they're only 1 game out of 1st.
Whoa, their division must be super competitive.
Half game out of 2nd and 1 game out of 1st.
Man.
So that is something else.
That really is. That's what you call a close race there now for division title.
Bobby Bowden died. Bobby Bowden was coach at Florida State he won 377 ball games total.
Yeah, he
took Florida State to 28 consecutive bowl games.
Wow.
28 consecutive.
That's
he was
legendary.
not only a coach, but he was a fine human being.
I've heard that. I've heard that about him.
Peyton Manning.
I saw this.
He's the only 5-time NFL MVP and he won 2 Super Bowls with 2 different franchises.
Yes.
And he was inducted into
very
the Hall
impressive.
of Fame last weekend.
Yeah, I got to see some of that. It was good.
Peyton stole the show.
Mm-hmm.
People cheered for him from Denver, and people cheered for him from Indianapolis both.
I bet.
He left good feelings with the fans in both cities.
Which
I
is
don't
not
think
easy to do.
I don't think the fans were in favor of him leaving Indianapolis.
No, they were not. So
It was the
says
coach.
a lot.
It was the coach.
Yeah,
But
they
anyway,
paid dearly for that too.
One man said of Peyton Manning, he changed the way quarterbacks quarterbacked. Because he
Probably so.
could walk up to the center and assess what the defense was going to do, and he would change the play at the line of scrimmage based on what he saw.
That's
so
amazing.
quarterbacks had to learn from him how to be a quarterback. He
Yeah.
was the coach on the field.
Literally.
I remember the first time I ever heard Omaha, Omaha.
Yeah, that's him.
He just said it just to throw them off.
Yeah. And
Omaha, Omaha.
And he used that one a lot.
He sure did. All right. Football jamborees tonight. Don't forget that.
Yep. And you can listen to that, folks,
In
right here on
the
WUAT.
preseason ratings, the top 5 teams. Guess who's number 1?
Alabama.
Alabama. Georgia is number 5. So you got 2 teams out of the Southeastern Conference in the top 5.
That's real good.
Clemson is 2nd.
Yeah. I'm not
And-
surprised there either.
And you know what? I read an article that said that at the end of the season, though Alabama is ranked number 1, they won't be number 1 when it's over. Mark Weidmer said that.
Are they thinking Clemson's going to beat them again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's in the mix, and
That's crazy.
Ohio State.
That this Oklahoma just brings me back to this stupid conference negotiation they're doing.
Right.
I just don't like it. I
Okay.
don't like it.
Tennessee began their
See
scrimmaging.
it.
We began our scrimmaging Wednesday for this
Okay.
football season. Our
Okay.
first game is September the 2nd in Bowling Green on Thursday night.
Well, finally, should be a
Brian-
winnable game.
Brian Marr is not there. He missed the Wednesday scrimmage. He was not there yesterday. No explanation. No explanation. So I can't tell you why Brian Marr is not included in the mix.
Very strange. Very,
But
and
you
even
got-
more strange that they're not saying why.
Not saying why. The coach, Heifel, did say, we have talked.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, we're going to talk again. But that's all I got out of it. So I'm just wondering if he's going to transfer out. Because you've got 4 quarterbacks.
Something's fishy about that. Yeah.
I don't know.
And it don't sound like it's a good thing.
That's all I've got in sports.
Okay. And I mean, he had just a shot as any of them, didn't he, to start or get.
Well, he started 4 games last year. He's a
I
sophomore.
thought he might be the front runner even.
I did too.
I don't get that.
You've got to transfer in from Michigan. You've got to
Yes.
transfer in from Virginia Tech.
And I'm sure that might, if he does leave, I'm sure that is one of the reasons why. No doubt.
I'm sure maybe he sees the handwriting on the wall.
Yes. Yes. That happens a lot, Papa.
And he thinks, so I believe I'll go to greener pastures.
Exactly.
Well, 4 quarterbacks vying for that slot under center, what are your chances?
Exactly. I
1
mean,
out of 4.
Exactly.
All right, Sean.
Well, let's hear some Albertology a little bit.
A little bit of Albertology.
Then we'll
This
hear some
might-
good jokes, folks.
This might have should have been covered in sports.
Well, let's hear it anyway.
Way back in 1931, before I was ever born,
Mm-hmm.
The New York Yankees came to Ingalls Stadium in Chattanooga to play an exhibition game against the Chattanooga Lookouts.
Really?
This was when Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig were in their heyday.
Oh, that would be great to see.
At some point during the ball game, the Yankees got 2 men on base. And the manager of the Chattanooga Lookouts called for a reliever to come in and face Babe Ruth first and then Lou Gehrig.
Dang, that reliever had a tough
A 17-year-old girl came in to pitch against Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. She struck out the Babe on 3 straight pitches.
No.
He took them. Then she struck out Lou Gehrig, 17-year-old girl.
So you wonder if they let her do it.
That's exactly what I was in there thinking.
This article says
she was really, really
that's
good.
one thing people wondered.
Really?
Were those
sure.
2 men trying, or were they doing their best they could against a 17-year-old girl that had a fastball? She's on the roster with that team.
That's
Not
crazy.
long after this game, she quits the team and starts traveling with a traveling team that goes around and plays exhibition games.
Good for her.
But her name was Jackie Mitchell, and she was just a schoolgirl. But
That's amazing.
Joe Engel did a lot of things as stunts to bring fans in to watch the ball
Ingalls
game.
Stadium. Yeah.
And
I think he had a midget one time.
Yeah.
I remember one time he let a man take off all the money he could carry, but he had to carry it in his pockets. He couldn't take a wheelbarrow and haul all the money off.
I know a man he gave
It's
a
a
car
bomber.
to, and I think he still drives the car.
He actually gave away a home one night. Gave away a home.
Wow.
Dang.
It was
So
probably a red bank.
he could draw 25,000 fans in for one event that he planned.
Wow.
And Joe Engel was a showboat.
Yeah.
He was a showboat.
Oh, was he?
The thing I remember as a kid about that stadium was the big giant Coca-Cola concrete bottles and the big giant balls on the top of the fence. And as a little kid, that just amazed me. That didn't take much, I guess.
Did you know Ingalls Stadium was where the movie 42 was televised? I mean, was filmed?
Filmed.
Wow.
They built it for that, right?
They did?
They changed the Ingalls Stadium where it would look like Ebbets Field.
Yeah, I knew they did something. I couldn't remember.
They renovated it.
Yeah. Beautiful field at one time.
Yes,
You know, they're talking about tearing the new old stadium down and building it 2 times bigger. Chattanooga.
Well,
are they?
now it'd be hard to get 2,500 to come to a ball game, whereas he could pull 25,000.
Wow.
I don't know where you'd see them all. Where would they park the car?
Where were they? Yeah, all
I don't
downtown.
know. I'm sure they'd like for, they'd like to find out.
Especially over there where they used to be at Erlanger. There's not a spot in a field nowhere.
I cut this out of the paper this morning, and the reason I cut it out, it told about all the counties in the Chattanooga area. Since the census was taken in 2010, it was taken again in 2020. The counties that have the largest percentage of increase in those 10 years. Guess who's number 1? In the Chattanooga area, that includes Georgia. Bledsoe.
Bledsoe County.
I ain't lying. We have a
We've had a lot of people
population
move here.
of 14,913. We've increased 15.9% in 10 years. No other county is that close.
Wow.
That is crazy.
We've Van Buren is the only county that has less than us. But Van Buren County has 11.2% increase. But I thought Bledsoe County won something. Isn't that something?
Yeah, and it's something good.
Something
Well.
good.
We like to see that, Papa, and hear that. That's for sure.
I I was proud of that.
We moved here almost 30 years ago from Chattanooga, and I'm from Nashville. And when we first moved here, there was not a piece of land here for sale nowhere.
You're kidding.
Nowhere. There was nowhere a piece of land for sale. Now it's everywhere. It seems like there's
I remember in 1962 when we tried to find a lot to build our house on, we had a hard time finding a lot.
Hard to find.
Really?
Yeah,
People just
we
didn't sell.
All right.
Even in 62. Right.
Now then, we'll have a few. I'm going to cut short on Albertology so we can have some jokes.
Oh yeah, gotta have them jokes. Don't want people to protest.
Surely they won't protest. All right. A mom was driving with her 3 young children one warm summer evening when a woman in the convertible ahead of them stood up and waved.
Yeah.
She was stark naked. Her little 5-year-old boy in the back seat said, "Look, Mom, she does not have on a seatbelt." Does not have on a seatbelt.
Just forget about the fact that she's, butt naked. But she got her seatbelt on.
Bless his little 5-year-old heart.
Be put in the penitentiary for not wearing a seatbelt now.
These are some of the things you'll never hear your mother say.
Okay,
Never hear your mother say this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, I used to cut class a lot too.
No, they're not going to do that.
Let me smell that shirt. Don't worry, it's good for another week. I can remember seeing Carolyn smell the shirt I wore.
Just making sure that you weren't doing that.
You'll never hear your mother say, "Go ahead and keep that stray dog, honey. I'll be glad to feed and water it every day." That outfit isn't sexy enough. Here, let me unbutton it.
Wow.
Why don't you hitchhike? It would be cheaper.
It really would be, wouldn't it?
The curfew I gave you is just a general time to shoot for. It don't matter what time you come in. Don't clean your room so often. It makes the rest of the house look bad.
No. They're not going to say that for sure.
No, you don't have to call me. I'll eventually figure out you're not coming home.
They seemed real worried, didn't they?
Those are the things you will not hear your mother say.
And they make no sense at all.
Those were good.
I'd love to hear my mama say anything.
But now, it was that the same book that you've used the last couple of weeks?
I used it last week.
Okay. I mean, we're really, really liking this new one, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, every one of them's good.
I want you to listen to this one.
Okay.
I want this to be the last one.
Okay. All right.
And this is said to be an eyewitness account of something that happened in New York City. Eyewitness.
It's a joke.
Well, it said it was actually witnessed.
Okay.
It was a cold day in December some years ago. A little boy, about 10 years old, was standing in front of a store window, barefooted, peering through the window and shivering with cold. He's barefooted and it's cold.
Yeah.
A woman approached the young boy and said, "My, but you're in such deep thought staring in that window." This is what the little boy said. "I was asking God to give me a pair of shoes."
Oh,
and the woman took him by the hand when he said that, went into the store, and asked the clerk to get a half-dozen pairs of socks for the boy. She then asked if he would give her a basin of water and a towel so she could wash the little boy's feet. She took the little fellow to the back part of the store, and removing her gloves, remember it's cold,
yes.
she knelt down and washed the little feet and dried them with the towel. By this time the clerk came back with the 6 pairs of socks. She put 1 pair of the socks on the little boy, and then she found a pair of shoes in his size and paid for the shoes and the socks. She tied up the remaining pairs of socks and gave them to him. She patted him on the head and said, "No doubt you will be more comfortable now." As she turned to go, this is the punchline, don't miss it.
All right.
The astonished kid caught her by the hand, and with tears in his eyes, he looked up at her and said, "Are you God's wife?"
Oh. Yeah, so that was an emotional joke in a sense, wasn't it? But it was a good story.
I'll close with that one.
It was a good story, though,
I
wasn't it?
was sad because I had no feet until I seen a man with no, I was sad because I had no shoes until I seen a man with no feet. I was sad.
In my
when I
Sunday
had no
school,
shoes.
in my Sunday school lesson, this that will come out this next
Really?
Sunday morning. A Marine was in Afghanistan, and he was on patrol, and he stepped on a mine. 3 weeks later, he wakes up and he's blind, and both legs are gone.
Oh man!
3 years later, that was in '07. 3 years later, the first blind man that was a double amputee re-enlisted in the Marine Corps.
No way! No way!
He re-enlisted. Now he's retired. Can you
That's
believe that?
No.
That's why.
Not really. That's amazing.
The Marines have the motto "Semper Fidelis."
Yep.
Always faithful, no matter what.
Yeah.
I like that saying.
And that boy exemplified it.
Well, I reckon so. I like that. Well, those are some good ones. He's been on a roll lately, especially the last 2 weeks. Daryl, those are both hilarious. Both of those shows, the joke part was really good. So we want to thank, like I said, our guest earlier for stopping by and telling us a lot more about Paws and Claws and explaining what that's going to be like now. It's a new group running Paws and Claws, just remember that.
Proud of them.
And yeah, they're really, they've got a vision now, and now they've got the focus, I believe, on the right thing. And I think they're going to help a lot of people. So we want to thank them for joining us today. And thank you guys for listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and on YouTube. Just go to the BTC Fiber YouTube page. You can watch every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on BTC Fiber YouTube, as well as all other original shows on BTC Fiber, including Daryl's Hometown History. So check out the BTC Fiber YouTube page and like and subscribe. That's what we need you to do. So what we want you to do is get on there and like and subscribe.
Remember the Jamboree tonight.
Yeah.
5:30 pregame. We're doing a preseason special. We like the fans to be around us tonight to do that.
Yeah.
And with the quarters, first quarter is Bledsoe Sequatchie, second Bledsoe Grundy. So let's be back-to-back quarters. And
that never happens. That's good.
Well, and because there's going to be 5 teams here this year.
Yeah.
And also is that Sequatchie County is going to introduce this brand new artificial turf. So.
Yeah, you told me a little about that.
And
yeah.
I've seen pictures of it. It looks very. I suggested they need to put a little more blue in there, but everything.
They had to buy a different kind of lawnmower too, didn't they, to keep that?
Yeah, special kind of. No.
They used to have a terrible time with lawnmowers there.
There's a story. There's a story that when Tennessee put its artificial turf in 1968, he said his kicker always had a custom of rubbing his hand into turf. Because it was artificial turf, he couldn't do that, so he had to bring a cup of dirt with him to do it.
And radio listeners, like I said earlier, you can listen to the Jamboree tonight live here on WUAT Radio. Mike and Bradley will have the call for you. Like Mike just said, Bledsoe will be playing the first 2 quarters. So if you don't make it down to the Jamboree, just be sure to listen to it live here on WUAT.
Right.
So that's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. We will see you guys next week. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you folks next time. So long, folks.
Bye.
Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.